What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Breezy. First, I just want to talk to you guys about the video that Scarface and I put up yesterday. Well, actually, it was today, really early in the morning. The boyfriend and girlfriend tag. I'm gonna put that link to that video in the description, so if you haven't checked it out, you guys can check it out now after you watch this video. But basically, in this video, it's gonna be a little bit more serious. I don't usually like to do this, and I feel like I'm getting anxious now just building up to talk to you guys about it. But I want to talk about anxiety. You might be thinking, well, why do you want to talk about anxiety? Not a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people go through it, myself included. I have extreme anxiety. So I'm just gonna kind of tell you a little bit about when it started and what I kind of do to cope with it and that kind of thing. And you guys can feel free to comment, tell me if you go through the same thing. What do you do to maybe deal with it? You know, some suggestions, maybe we could help each other out. Definitely let me know what you guys think, and if there's anything else that you would like me to talk about in the future, you guys can let me know that as well. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notifications so you can get all the latest videos from us. So let me get into it. My anxiety, well, I've always had anxiety, like from the time that I was young, like a young teenager. But it was never that severe, so like I don't think that I knew that it was anxiety. So we're in January of 2019 now. I would say that when I started to go through anxiety, it was really the summer of 2016. And so the reason for that, well, I don't want to say the reason for it because nobody can be your reason that anything happens to you, but I'll say a huge part was, and I didn't know it then, but I realize it now. It was the relationship and situation that I was in back then, and I really didn't know it. This is, again, for anybody watching this is not my situation with Scarface. My situation with him is very, very different. We are very, very loving. Of course, we have our issues, but it was nothing like what I had been through before. And I'm not trying to blast that person just in case he's watching this. I just know that it wasn't a good fit for me. And, you know, and after the fact, now we're able to talk like human beings when we do talk every once in a while. And it just is what it is. But for everybody out there, sometimes you need to look at the situation you're in to figure out why you're getting anxiety, because a lot of the time you can have anxiety just from a bad relationship or a bad living situation. I'm not going to say those situations bring you anxiety or cause your anxiety. I mean, they can, but they can contribute to making them worse. Because during that time, the summer of 2016, I literally was a different person than what I am now. You know, back then I wouldn't have been able to sit here in front of a camera and talk to you guys because every little thing I was hyperventilating, couldn't breathe, didn't feel safe outside of my house. If I would just step outside the door, I would start shaking and feel like I was gonna pass out. Just felt like I was gonna die. And I kept going back to the doctors because I felt like, because I have a lot of, I wouldn't say I have a lot of medical problems, but I have, you know, a few medical problems that I have to deal with. So I felt like that, you know, could this be another thing that the doctor is missing? Because I did go through another situation like that. And someone kept diagnosing me with anxiety. And yes, I did have anxiety at that time, but it turned out that it was something else that was causing it. There was a medical issue. But we'll get into that later. But basically, yeah, I mean, I couldn't leave my house. I was constantly, I guess, worrying, but like I would hyperventilate and it would feel like I couldn't breathe. And I would say to whoever was around me, oh my God, please call 911. I feel like I'm going to pass out. Thankfully, it's not that severe anymore. Do I still get like that? Yes. Especially when I go to the doctors. And I'm not really sure why it does that when I go to the doctors, because I've been seeing my same doctor now for since 2008 or 2009, and we're in 2019 right now. So I mean, I used to be able to go and see him and, you know, not have an issue. I know who he is. He's great with me. There's no reason why I should feel anxious when I go there, because him and I have a very good relationship. But for some reason, you know, my heart rate starts speeding up. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I sweat. You know, it just feels like it's like over for me, like I'm gonna die. As soon as I leave that situation, I'm fine. I don't know why this happens, but what I do know is, at the recommendation of my doctor, he did recommend that I go to see a therapist. And I did that. And at first I was like, you know, hey, see a therapist? Like, I'm not crazy. Like, what are you going to make me see a therapist for? Therapist is for crazy people. I'm totally not crazy. Like, something's really wrong. You guys are wrong about this anxiety thing. I'm not going to, like, you know, stop coming to you until you figure out what's wrong. And I'm definitely not going to go see a therapist. Guys, seeing a therapist changed my whole world. Now, I'm not sitting here, I'm not going to preach to you and say, hey, go out and see a therapist, because everybody has to do what works for them. When I started seeing the therapist, it literally changed everything for me. Everything. I'm not going to say that it instantly stopped my anxiety, but this therapist, she gave me some coping skills. She told me ways and we worked on it together, and it was not an overnight process. And I still am seeing her. I just don't need to see her as often. But she gave me some coping skills to be able to deal with it. Hey, when you go out to the supermarket or the movies or the mall and you feel like you're gonna, you know, pass out or die because you have so many people around, I want you to try to stay there in that situation for as long as you can, because I would immediately feel like this and then try to leave. I'd be like, all right, I gotta leave. I gotta get out right now. I can't stay here. We gotta go. I'm gonna die. My life is over. But no, she had me really try, and it took a couple tries. I wasn't able to just say on the first try, oh yeah, you know, I accomplished it. I'm good to go. No. It took me a good 5 or 6 times before I finally was able to stay, you know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds longer. I mean, I feel as though I've a little bit fallen back into that cycle of being afraid when I go places. But thankfully, I'm in a good relationship with somebody that really supports me. So he's with me. He's by my side. He helps me through it. Babe, when you're editing this later on, thank you. I love you. I don't know what I would do without you. You changed a lot of things for me. You guys have no idea. Sometimes one person can just change everything for you, and I know that he did for me. But yeah, so now basically what I do is I see the therapist when I need to, and she's also suggested some meditation apps. For me, the meditation apps didn't really do any good, because I'm the type of person that if I'm having an extreme panic attack, you need to focus with meditation apps and listen to what it's telling you to do. For some reason, with me, hearing someone talk sometimes, I can't deal with that. I just need, like, sometimes I just need Scarface to just be there, give me a hug, but just shut up. Just don't say anything. Just tell me that you're there, because if I hear the voices for some reason, or somebody just talk, it gets me, more anxious. Definitely does. But listening to music sometimes does help me. A lot of times lights, like bright lights, will trigger my anxiety. So I know that, I need to go into a dark room and just chill out and lay down, listen to music, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much all I do for my anxiety at this moment. If any of you guys watching this have any suggestions that you think might help me, feel free to put those in the comments below. If you want somebody to talk to about it, you can definitely reach out to me. I don't mind talking to people or giving some suggestions. Yeah, so I guess that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe. Hit those notifications so that you can know when we upload another video. And I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.